Hello, everyone. Welcome back to It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted show about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam. Nice shirt you got there. Let's
Thank you.
see what you have in store for us today. Oh,
So today I think it's gonna be hopefully short and sweet, but I don't know. It could take us a long time as always. But today it's gonna
geez,
we're gonna
sorry.
focus on sorry, what happened? No, no. All right. So first I think we're gonna discuss Trump, and after that Trump's interview with Tucker Carlson a bit and just general US politics and Republican Party, Mitch McConnell. Then we're gonna go to Cornel West and Bernie Sanders recent uh, uh, flare up of conflict. I mean, we discussed the conflict, but the conflict is a snowballing. Now it's involving Kyle Kulinski and the Hill, and it's just the camps are being. And Crystal Ball had a video about the
And I've
same
switched
issue.
sides since Tuesday.
Camera has switched. I mean, most importantly, Camera has switched. A non-voter has switched sides. I mean, to be fair, man, it's almost the level of discussion is almost as serious as this because we are like, should we vote third party or for the person who has no chance in the Democratic Party? So, which person who has literally no chance should we go with? I mean, it's interesting to see the level of intensity people have over this issue. And we're gonna hope. Oh, at the end, we're gonna not at the end, but towards the end, we're gonna discuss the Joe Rogan, Oliver Anthony interview. And Camille just heard the song, so I think he's gonna. As we discussed, Camille is the music expert of the duo, so
No.
he's gonna. He had a guitar in his room when he was a kid. We don't know
I
if it
still
was
have
his
it.
own
They're
guitar.
still here.
Well, is it your guitar even?
It
But
was my
anyway.
dad's. He gave it to me, but
Yeah. So he's gonna, bring in his musical expertise.
no, that's
That's this. No, nothing.
this guy. The
But
whole thing doesn't interest me as much as Kyle's comments.
no, yeah, I mean that is the most
That's
interesting part. Kyle and Crystal's comments on the issue, and then hopefully we're gonna end on the amazing Joe Rogan interview with Jeremy Corbell and the other guy, the old guy, who Jeremy Corbell, Cornell, I don't know, about aliens. And
Hmm.
so it's gonna perfectly segue from Joe Rogan on and Oliver Anthony. And some people consider ginger people to be aliens too, or at least partially alien, and to real actual aliens. And the important uh, what do you call it, once in a century event, that was the congressional hearing that David Rush was part of. David Grush, sorry.
Yeah, that material is drying up, huh? Like at the hill,
No,
they're panicking. They're
nobody said anything about aliens. Nothing.
they're like, guys,
Even
we have enough stories for 4 weeks. The stockpile is it's just not good. It's not good. We should at least be ready for 3 months at a time.
yeah, I can imagine him going around just asking anything on aliens. Alien. Oh, illegal aliens? No, no, not those aliens. No, 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 real aliens. I don't. Nobody cares about illegal aliens anymore. We want alien, actual goddamn alien. Yeah. So yeah, that's what the show hopefully is going to be about. But
Yeah.
as always, it could be derailed by me or Cam. You're just spotting something.
Yeah. On that note,
So.
I was gonna say something, but yeah, let's skip that. And let's go. Let's maybe just. I mean, everybody has seen that, but yeah, I mean, let's just stop being funny. Like this guy
Yeah.
again, they just can't
So
keep on
as
bringing him out, and he has this issue. I mean,
most people must have heard or have seen, Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Republican Party, again had a brain freeze in which was very. I mean, have you seen the video?
yeah, when we have it,
Maybe we can play the video because just it's
About what?
the
Running for re-election in
oh
2026.
oh yeah.
you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute. Senator Benny.
Okay.
Somebody else have a question?
What is this? What is
Please
happening
speak up.
to him?
But it's probably a stroke, or he's having like a. It happens to old people, man, all the time. I mean, I've seen it happen to old people. It just they suddenly like pause or slow down. I don't know what happens, but
Because he was still
yeah,
able to
it's
interact with the girl and the guy when they asked him questions, kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. It's
Like he was
yeah,
still there a bit, but
it's kind of
this
like
question he couldn't answer, and
have you ever been semi-drowned or something like that?
no,
Because
thankfully.
it happened to me once, and it kind of like when you're recovering, like it's just you need like
Yeah.
it's kind of I feel like it's kind of like
No,
that.
no,
You
it's
need a space, like brain
that's
wide.
funny.
Like
The other day I ran up the stairs and I was gonna say something to someone in French, and like so I was out of breath, and then like I was just struggling so much in French, and then I just said it in English, and in English it was just it was much easier, and there was no problem, I could
yeah,
get the sentence out. But in French I was just like
yeah, I know, man. It's
and normally I would have been able to say it in French, I wasn't saying anything crazy. It's just
but
at
then you're
that time,
tired.
yeah, that was the extra struggle. So yeah, good point. So he's like, I
I feel
can't
like
tell you
that's
what's gonna happen in 2026, but right now I'm okay. Like that he could answer.
yeah.
The other question was a bit too much.
Listen, you're asking way, you're looking way too long term. Okay, let's see if I can get through this meeting, and then we discuss the re-election. Okay, it's just all these goddamn journalists. But man, I gotta
Yes,
say
he's
though,
scary, man. Yeah,
this is
here
I
he's scary
go
too.
to the
He's
two
just
things though.
scary.
First of all, I checked, man. A lot of people are saying he's like very old. Don't close the video, but a lot of people are saying he's very old, very old. I checked for a turtle. He's got he's like on a very average lifespan of a turtle. He's not that old. Like,
No,
just
but in
I
all
don't
honesty, how old is he?
80. He's not
Okay.
that like
Yeah, he's
surprisingly he's not
81. Yeah, he's not in his 70s.
81.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
still.
but he's not that like
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's normally better than Biden, but
Yeah.
last couple of weeks he's been
Yeah.
bad for him. But secondly, did you see the video? It happens a lot in real life as well. I've noticed when somebody's sick, especially an old person or something, or is about to go down, as we used to say in my family when one of our old people was having an episode, then you have ladies, they usually come in with a hands-on help. They hold the hand and they're like, oh, are you okay? Okay. The guy who seems to be, I don't know, is he a bodyguard or something? He's like with his fat, like his stomach, whatever that was the biggest belly I've seen in a while. He's like a strolling down behind. Yeah, watch this. He's like the most unhelpful individual, I think.
But it feels, I mean,
like the man is having a stroke. Show some urgency in like he's just
but
strolling.
maybe it's happening very often, and
I guess they're
they're just like trying to make him a big deal. I mean, like, yeah, he's just like asking him, like, he's like talking to him as if it's like an athlete who got injured and then he's on sidelines, like,
no, he's like
think
a
you can go
referee.
back on, right? Like, I think you can continue. What do you think?
Yeah, it was kind of like a ref, like you can do this, right?
Yeah.
He's
Otherwise, you have to go up. Exactly.
He's pretending. He's clearly pretending. It's an injury bulge. That could be another thing though, because man, did you see they asked him about his re-election in 2026, and like if you are in his age and they're at age, so in 2 years, so he's going to be about 83. They're going to ask him to serve, as they call it in the Senate, serve another 6 years. So I think when he asked him the question, he just went like, Jesus Christ, another Oh my God. I was just speechless. I
But
think
what is
maybe
it? Is
that.
it like the mafia that you can retire and get out if you want to? Like, the mafia, like, based on Sopranos, they're not very, you can't just say, okay, I'm gonna call it a
Yeah,
day.
it's kind of worse than like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is like they are the bosses of mafia. So yeah. And in his state, I think it's a democratic governor. So if he retires, they get to choose the replacement for his seat. So he can't go for at least next 2 years.
That
He's
kind of
staying.
sucks. I mean,
For
he's
him,
had two of these right now in the span of what?
publicly, two.
Yeah.
Two that we know of. Yeah. In what, 2 weeks? I don't know. 2, 3 weeks, maybe less. He's not doing well. But then again, is there any better torture for somebody that evil though?
Yeah, I guess. No, that is true. I mean, yeah, imagine.
But I've seen it like people pretend this does. I've seen this happen a lot more often than I
Yeah.
know a lot of families that keep the old person just above vegetable level, so they
Yeah,
can
for sure.
like
But
take
but
the money
exactly
out.
at home though, usually.
At home, usually, yeah, families usually do that. Now with him, it's like a public project.
Yeah.
It's like you can apply to be his intern and join in.
No, the next press secretary they're gonna be like, okay, you also need some medical background. Okay, we're impressed with this. Okay, so you helped your aunt, huh? For
Yeah,
2 years.
good.
Okay, that might. Yes, well, actually, there is a component of that in this job.
So I know you're being interviewed for a foreign policy advisor, but generally, how is your bed manners? Are you good old people? Do they piss you off, or are you okay with CPR? Do you know how to change a
Yeah, true.
diaper?
No,
Or
you see, his whole staff have to go to like a 3-hour course on CPR and like emergency. You roll him to the side. Okay?
Don't hit too hard, okay? He might break his ribs. He's very
Seriously.
fragile at the moment. Yeah, it's yeah. So I mean, I guess it's all good. I guess it's all makes sense. At the end, as always, it's all good. But yeah, another case of just elder abuse. I'm just not sure it's a very negative one. But also the Tucker following his interview with
Man, he can speak
Trump.
a lot of nonsense.
Oh yeah, Tucker is it's just the fact that he's so bad at acting as well. It's just like he's so clearly pretending. Like I mean, to me anyway. I don't know. Like kind of
Yeah,
Vivek
we're gonna hear this one part where like, he thought he's like, shit, I almost messed up. And then yeah, it's like just like acting and then comes back and gives a justification. But anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this video by The Hill,
By the way,
titled
sorry. Yeah, go to the beginning. Sorry to cut you off. The video is about Tucker Carlson talking to Trump to Adam Carolla. And can you go to just a second to the picture of the host that is interviewing Tucker?
Yeah. And by the way, is your microphone in the right spot? Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
No, you sound good. I just couldn't see it, so I freaked out. But otherwise, you sound good. There we go.
I mean, I think this episode, and I think Jimmy Dore already may have talked about this or joked about this, but I think there is genuine case being made that hair dye, and Jimmy Dore, another example of this, hair dye may be making you stupider, man, because Adam Carolla is a big user of hair dye. Jimmy Dore, another one. We've got, what's his name? Kyle, we're gonna get into. I don't know. We'll just I'm just foreshadowing stuff here. Just saying evidence is building up.
No, and you found it
might not
in different types of people and different ages, so it's also
different
slightly younger
political
guy.
groups. Yeah. It's a bipartisan review of hair dye affecting.
Decent sample there, I think.
It was a good sample, right? Good sample. Sorry.
But okay, let's hear. I mean, this video for me is about Tucker, not even about Trump. I mean, too fun.
Fascinated. Let's watch.
Are they going to let Trump be president?
Of course. I mean, look, if, they protested him, they called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times. And every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously, and no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them, they just can't have him.
Okay, this is...
Do you want to hear Bree's take, or do you want to say something, or can I go to the rest of the video? Because there's one more thing that he says as well, so we can just play it all.
Go to one more thing he says, then we come back later.
Or maybe that's a completely different video. Where he talk about housekeepers and Obama. Is that a different video?
I think that's a different video. I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, but if did you hear, by the way, just before you keep the video on, just did you hear again? He said something on, like, I guess on a public radio show or a podcast or something that is viewed by many people, and then he said, "No one will say that. No one will say that." This is just like, do you remember last week when he was in Hungary? He was like, "Hungary is a Christian nation, and no one will say that." I don't know where he lives, but I think he lives in a highly, like, the freedom of speech in whatever state he's in is highly regulated. But yeah,
I love that. That's my favorite thing. Yeah. But people do it all the time, like, and they don't let you say that on social media, and then it's just like that followed by comments repeating that over and over again. So clearly,
it reminds me of all the Iranians pretty much that I know that are always like, Sami John, in Iran we can't do anything, we can't have anything. Islamic Republic doesn't. The tequila. Yeah, I'll have the tequila and the black label. The black label. Yeah. Can you deliver it to my home? Yeah, deliver it to my home. No, I can't come. God damn it. Yeah, yes, Sami Jun. Yeah, we can drink, we can have fun. What the fuck is going on? Is that a black label? Yeah.
Man, that's too
it's
funny.
Kind of like that. Yeah, man, they're taking over the words, the Iranian mindset. Yeah, it's like...
That's so true and hilarious. Man, later we're gonna watch that PVD video. I hated how they bashed Iran for absolutely no reason. It was like a 5-second insult and then moved on. But we'll watch that different video.
No, man, that video was amazing because, like, they're supposed to talk about one country, they talk about a completely different country, then suddenly in the middle of that they bash Iran, they go back. That's complete. Yeah, but go back to this. Just, I wanted to show you something. Go to Tucker's picture. I wanted to see if you noticed something there.
Yeah, there's so many things visually weird with this video. I mean, I don't know. Like, there are too many. Maybe I mean, just one weird thing after another.
He has Roosevelt dead newspaper sort of headline, which I'm guessing is probably New York Times or something. Framed in his room. What the hell is going on?
No, this is probably just like one office area kind of thing from whatever home that he has. But from the camera angle to the lighting to him just talking, I guess, like we do a lot too, maybe. But straight into like the monitor instead of the camera, and then the room and everything is just so everything is weird. The Roosevelt dead thing out here just sticking out. Yeah, this is like probably a cabin of his, like, I mean, again, in the other video they make sorry, that was yeah, now I remember what the video is. It's really related to this. I thought it was the same interview, so I can just pull it up very, very quickly. Unless you have something else on Tucker Carlson.
No, while you bring it up, no, I was just gonna say that he's
that happened.
As far as I know, he's not his wife in this case. I think he himself, sort of blood relation, related to sort of big CIA family, sort of I don't know if is it Near McNear or something? So
Oh no, in this
like,
video
it's so
actually they talk
weird.
about it. It's a Majority Report video, by the way. And oh, it's from the same
Oh.
interview. Okay. And they say that Tucker's dad ran PBS. Or sorry,
Did you know
Voice
it?
of America.
Oh yeah, Voice of America is a CIA. Everybody knows that. And they were, by the way, back in the days, they were pretty much open about it. They were like, yes, we are fighting communists and we are trying to topple regimes, and you know. But then, you know, it became about freedom after George Bush.
So this is the clip.
Play.
So yeah, same interview.
Yeah.
You know, everybody I knew, the world I lived in Northwest DC, like everyone works either directly for the government or is a parasite on government effectively, including people I love and know really well. And the media is too, by the way. I mean, the media is reporting on government, but it's also dependent on government. You know, in 2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, I'll sign an affidavit.
What?
And he did. I'll take a lie detector. And he did. I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him. Well, that was obviously true. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it. So that happens. That's just one small example, but that happens all the time with lots of different issues.
Now,
And
do you believe that transpired, or do you believe?
I love it. He said the craziest thing, but also downplayed it. He's like,
Just
the
so-
Obama administration would go after the media. If such a story was out there, they would murder like half of the US to keep that story. Yeah, and they would not just go to the media. So
No,
that's
there
just
is
one example of, you know, the former
there's a-
president smoked
there's a
crack with
crazy-
the guy, and then he had sex with him too. So he just...
No, I've heard like there's a crazy guy I think claimed that one time, but just the idea, just
Lie
saying that,
detector.
just so as a matter of fact, you know, it became clear. Like he's seen the pictures. He's seen the pictures of Obama putting his penis inside the guy's ass, like, and it became so clear. And then,
crack.
no, I love the fact that, you know, and then Obama. Imagine if this was true. First of all, as you said, they would kill everybody, but like. Why wouldn't they cut relations with any journalist who report? Like, what do you want? It's kind of like the freedom of speech thing from last week. Like, what do you expect them to do for you to like? Oh no, let's have a press briefing about me smoking crack and, you know, having sex with him. Well, I mean, unbelievable. He's completely nuts.
And then listen, here there's a hilarious slip up about housemates coming up.
The guy is legitimate or both?
Oh, the Larry Sinclair story? Oh, that definitely happened. Oh, for sure. I mean, I've talked to Larry Sinclair about
this is
it,
awesome.
and,
Pause it for 1 second.
definitely it
Pause it
happened.
for
I
1
mean,
second.
if you
I love he's like, did I for sure? But hold on, so it comes up here.
Okay, I want. He must have seen pictures.
Or both?
Oh, the Larry Sinclair story? Oh, that definitely happened. Oh, for sure. I mean, I've talked to Larry Sinclair about it, and oh, definitely it happened. I mean, Larry Sinclair's been in and out of prison during one period. I mean, you know, 40 years ago, he was in and out of prison. He's got a criminal record by definition. He's,
what the fuck?
You know, poor. He's got a disordered life. He's missing a tooth. Like, he's not, you know, an Atlantic fellow. He's not going to the Aspen Ideas Festival. I think he has a record of deception. Obviously, he does. But this story, if you listen to it in detail, is clearly true. I mean, there's just, I'm going to do an interview with him and you can hear it. And again, it's not going to change the world that Barack Obama likes dudes. I think this was well known. Barack Obama said so himself in a letter to his girlfriend. And by the way, that's kind of Barack Obama's business. I'm not attacking him for liking dudes. I'm just saying the amount of lying in the media about it was unbelievable. Like, people knew this was true, and it was quite obviously true at the time. And people who covered the campaign didn't say anything about it because they didn't want to lose access to the campaign. And that happens all the time up and down government. So it's almost like if you have a housekeeper, you think, oh, you know, she works for me. But if you have a housekeeper long enough, you realize, well, you actually work for her. And you get caught up in her dramas. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's a weird dynamic where you switch places with people.
And by the way, fire her abruptly and she'll write a tell-all book about Tucker at home.
That's exactly right. And, we don't even have a full-time housekeeper, so, that's not going to be an issue for me. But the point is,
that was the whole thing that I wanted to show you. So you see, kind of he made it seem like, okay, I have a full-time housekeeper and all that. And then he realized, and then it's like, okay, that's not good for my image. Oh, no, you know what? We actually do the dishes ourselves at my place and all that. And then Sam Cedar, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, the funny dynamic he was talking about is what that's like the master and a slave dynamic that Hegel talks about, that basically the master becomes dependent.
Really?
But what the fuck, man? Did he just, I can't believe this is not
the Obama thing is nuts, huh? Yeah. But
it's
Sam
just,
Cedar made a funny point. He's a good point. He's like, well, Tucker's so rich and always in different houses and places that you don't it's like once you leave, I guess a cleaning crew cleans if you at an Airbnb, you're there for 2 days.
He only stays at hotel penthouses. Just but
good for him.
No, man, look, this is definitely he's definitely, his main goal, I think, is trying to get views on his show, but I think the second goal is to spread sort of chaos. It seems to me, because you don't just go and say bullshit like that. And it's real. Ha ha ha.
I guess you have to. I guess if not, he would be nothing. I guess that's what he is. He's just someone who says the most insane things.
Does he need to go this far, do you think? Couldn't he dial it a bit back down?
Right?
And
so many unnecessary things all the time. But he's so consistent in his unnecessary or maybe necessary bullshit of bashing people. Did you like the Atlantic thing? This guy is he's not some Atlantic guy. And just over kind of just being these out of touch elite things nonstop is just so.
And the Larry Sinclair guy, he's I talked to him. That's his evidence, basically. I interviewed him, and by the way, he has a criminal record from 40 years ago. He doesn't have it. Why would Obama, the most powerful man in the world, sleep with somebody who doesn't have a full set of teeth even? What is going on?
Because he was a crack dealer.
I guess, He was doing a favor to get a discount on the crack. He was.
Listen, you can say Obama, you can hate on him all that much and all that, but I don't think anybody can go through university, law school, and 2 years at Congress doing whatever bullshit you think, and actively do crack as well.
I don't know
what I mean? I don't know.
That's the most
coke,
realistic part to me.
I don't know, coke or alcohol and all this.
Crack is the same.
Crack.
Look at Hunter Biden, man.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Hunter Biden. Was he in Congress? Was he did he get law degree or something?
He was on board.
He acted he was a 16-year-old his whole life.
I know, but he was on board
so that's countered
different
there.
Companies.
Huh?
He was on board of 2 different companies. That's
exactly
equivalent of a presidency.
Okay, come on. That's not this. Okay, Congress, at least you do have to show up 4 days a week. Law school, you do have to show up. The board thing doesn't mean anything. That could be a retreat once a year.
Hunter Biden has gone to law school. I think Hunter Biden's gone to law school. I'm not kidding. I swear to God.
Back then. But in any case, crack is.
I'm just saying that the crack part to me is the most reasonable.
Oh, you're right. Hunter Biden's American attorney. Oh my God.
Yeah. See, man, the crack part is the most reasonable part.
But he's not practicing. Has he ever practiced?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But he went to the school. He passed the bar exam, I suppose. But man, I love to try crack, I must say. Whoa. I've never tried crack, but no, it's just they say it's got the same effects as cocaine, though.
Well, it is cocaine, but it's a different way of using cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. You taught me that, I think, a couple of years ago. So not
I passed on that to teach you. I informed you.
Kamyan was my master in drug taking for a while. Sensei. So what do you recommend? No, but crack seems really. I don't know if it's just like coke. It sounds fantastic.
No,
I
I
don't know
don't think
why.
it's like that.
Why
I
does
mean,
it
it doesn't
have
seem
such
like
a
it from
negative
movies.
image? Is it
Because
just because black people used to have it because it's
yeah,
cheap?
because yeah, exactly.
So Zootopia was. Have you seen animation Zootopia?
I don't think
It's
so.
based on that. It's based on the CIA thing. But anyway, no. But I love to try if anybody.
But yeah, as we
Awful.
wrap up this segment, what was this shit that you sent me? I listened to the Trump
Oh,
part.
there was.
I don't know why.
Go. Just play some of the Trump part.
Who
Oh,
are
this
these
part.
clowns?
No, this part. No, man, they're funny. I like them actually. I've been
Yeah.
watching it a lot. Yeah, they do news in a. They are mainstreamy a
Yeah.
bit, Brie-like, a bit of vaccine, blah blah blah. But they're good
Annoying.
people. Yes, they're a bit
But
annoying.
let's move over to dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
Trying to
Trump,
act cool.
who is the highest polling Republican candidate for president despite being indicted 4 times on dozens of charges across multiple states. Trump has been having a totally normal one this week, as evidenced by the nonstop barrage of video posts on his social media platform, Truth Social. According to reporting by The Independent, Donald Trump posted a staggering 31
There's a
videos
part where
ranting
he
at political
shows
opponents in just one day.
Sorry, I thought that's the part because that was the picture, I think, from that video. But there's a part where he shows he puts up a T-shirt he's selling.
Mm.
I think it must be after this because they just started talking about Trump. But it's regarding his merchandising and mugshot and all that. I don't know if you've been following the news.
That's
But
hilarious though. Oh,
Yeah.
here.
Oh, here. Yeah, go ahead.
But this latest arrest is acquired mugshot, courtesy of the Fulton County Jail. Act like you're going to experience creator burnout.
Yeah, him and Mr. Beast, both of them, just like
Both they're
on.
struggling right now.
self-care.
Yeah. The former president has also been actively fundraising off of his newly acquired mugshot, courtesy of the Fulton County Jail, and according to his campaign, has already raised over $9 million since he was booked and photographed.
I just want to thank you for your tremendous support, and here it is. If you want to go out and get it, you can go out and get it. Have fun with it. But people do like it, I must say. Thank you very much.
But this latest arrest and
he's
mugshot
amazing.
isn't just good for Trump's wallet or his poll numbers, which, by the
No,
way,
that was it
we are
first.
very aware of.
He's amazing.
He's amazing, man. Did you see? I love the fact that he's like, have fun with it. Like, I don't know what that means. With the t-shirt. Does that mean do we have to fuck the T-shirt now or something? And then and then I love at the end he's like, look, I must say, people are saying it's beautiful. People are saying, I must say, other people. I don't know. Objectively,
good.
though, other people. He's so good, man. $9 million just in what, a week or
Wow.
something? He's
I
raised.
thought it would be more.
Come on, man. I mean, this is from a few days ago as well, so I'm sure it's more by now. Good for you, man. Good for Trump. Well done. I mean, can you imagine, like, how much money could Nancy Pelosi raise from her mugshot?
Not
for the
much.
T-shirt? Yeah.
Yeah, 10
mean-
million so far. I guess it's kind of the figure that's floating around.
I guess it's kind of like a movie sort of thing. The premiere night, you're gonna have the biggest sort of windfall, the money coming in, like,
Yeah.
and then after that, you kind of hit a platitude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to share this. I just thought even a little bit of Trump adding him to our show would be maybe we can feed off his, good luck and his grace.
That would be great. But okay, all right, let's go. We'll continue now. We'll jump a little bit more to the progressive and Democrat lads, I guess, with
Oh, yeah,
Kyle and Bernie and Dr. Cornel West. Alrighty, Sam. So let's resume the show. And yeah, like I've been saying, all show long, I guess, or like I said at the beginning, now because of Kyle and the things that Bernie are saying, I'm fully Team Cornel. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think we were policy-wise fully Team Cornel from the beginning, but it's just, I mean, look, man, I'm pretty sure if he gets elected, he's not going to be able, gets elected president even. He's not going to be able to do anything, but whatever. I mean, you know, he's
Yeah.
better than these psychos. So,
But yeah, very disappointing comments from Bernie. And I guess, I mean, Kyle didn't really have high expectations for him, but
how come last time we discussed Bernie's comments, I read them out loud on our show? How come you didn't
because
have
that
such
was
a
the first
negative?
time I came across it, so I hadn't processed it yet. I was in denial.
So you're admitting you never listened to me when I'm just like talking in this show. You're fully disengaged. You're
No,
God damn. It's like when he's editing, he's like, "Oh my God, Sam made a good point."
no.
But
But
yeah, but both Kyle and Crystal, man, both of them
yeah. Oh
came
yeah.
out. Crystal in a much more sort of like, you know, big sister, like, no,
Yeah.
this is, look, it's not a good strategy. We know what the Democratic Party is going to do, but Kyle in a more sort of aggressive way. So, but then I think the Hill did a great job of roasting
Yeah.
Kyle. So
Yeah,
maybe
I
we can play
suggest we
that.
watch the Hill one. There's a bit of Kyle, and then after that, their commentary is pretty great too.
Yeah, and yeah,
Oh,
fun.
yeah. Because the other ones,
He-
yeah. So I mean, Crystal, you know, you have to watch too much. She's just like kind of
I can give a
on
song.
and
Yeah,
off.
they basically, their argument is that in 2016 or other years, we've seen third party people sort of putting the pressure on Democratic Party, but that doesn't work. The best chance is going through the Democratic Party. And Crystal is actually upset with Bernie that Bernie doesn't support somebody like Marianne Williamson, more like somebody who has about the same chance as me in NBA, like sort of. Why doesn't Bernie support her? West Strong.
No, I mean that's what pisses me off. Fine, if you want to say Cornel has no chance,
whatever. Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
But then don't come and
Marianne,
say, yeah, Marianne has a chance, or from the inside it's worked, or like, you know, both of the strategies have no proof of working.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
at least the way they've been executed. I mean, I'm sure if there actually was different approach, it is possible. Like the third party one is like, oh shit, election is happening now. You come. You candidate.
Primaries first.
Yeah.
Let's do primaries.
And then after that, they're like, oof. All right, after the election, they like go and hibernate like bears, and then wake up again 2-3 years later. Which, you know, not that I do anything, but I'm just saying I don't claim to do anything.
I mean, if anything, there is quite a strong track record and evidence that either strategy is shit and neither one works. So I mean, like, it's just so hilarious that then both gangs are, you know, accusing each other of like being sellouts, or, you know, I don't know, like, I mean, I'm sure if Bernie supported Marianne right now, Marianne would be exploding. I mean, come on,
and I mean, of course, much, and the reason, I guess, the one, you know, I mean, but then the other argument is like, come on, like, lesser evil, you know, of the two and all this. I mean, they're just some of the most pathetic arguments. And also, they just make no sense. Like, no, you don't run in the, you know, don't run in this race and all this. You lower my chances. Like, what? Okay, fine. How about you don't run and I get all of your voters? How about that? I think that we can
you are lowering my chances by
exactly.
50%, motherfucker.
That's a great idea. Green Party versus Republicans.
Oh, sure.
You're right. Let me just...
one of us should go.
Every election, we've missed 48% of the votes. And when we look at it, the Democrats have this 48%. So if you would just, you know, kindly step out of the way and just...
To be honest, this is
like, why do you get to do it? You know, it's
No, it's an open offer. To be honest, if Republicans move aside, either party, we realize one of you is taking too much space.
After elections, we run some analysis and we reached the conclusion that you guys are taking the voters that we need in order to become
in order
president.
For Cornel to it's exactly, hypocrisy of, I guess, the third, like, again, I think the third party strategy is hopeless too, but I mean, I don't know, it's just the Democratic one is also just so ridiculous, or even more. I think the Democratic Party one, No, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
play.
no, I didn't want to play that. Sorry, but yeah, no, the Democratic one, the change from
Is
the
slightly
inside
more
is more because at least
ridiculous.
the third party one, they have there's the secondary backup excuse, which is at least we want to change the narrative or something, right? Like the goalpost shifts a bit, and
If I
then
may.
and then you're like, okay, now if you want, we can talk about that. But at least they have two things. So I guess the inside, yeah.
No, at least first of all, for the third party strategy, you can say Ross Perot played a role in getting the votes away from George Bush, the father. That case could be made, kind of. I guess Ralph Nader case you can make that too, probably. I also had, I think probably, like my view in life is probably any strategy works at a different time in a different situation.
Sure. Of course.
Right? I'm just saying, like the last time around, last 2 times around, you tried the inside party strategy. Like at least try something. The third party thing is at least different, or like.
But I mean, no. The thing is, they tried the third party one in the same way as it has failed every time.
Didn't.
No, but no, every time that Jill Stein, Ralph Nader, just like kind of last minute get a big name and let's just like try this and. I don't know. I just feel like there's never long-term planning. It all just always seems so short-term, which again, easier said than done. But
Oh, you know why though? That's a great point to make because as we discussed, I think with Professor Parenti and Derek Warren and a number of other people, there is no Democratic Party, or to be honest, that much Republican Party maybe a bit more, but there is no structures, and people are actively. It's kind of like the freedom of speech thing, man, with Jordan Peterson and everybody. People don't want to be part of any organization that puts any limits on like anything they do or they talk about or anything. Yet at the same time, they want an organization to exist that is able to take political action. Well, these two things are contradictory, so they never work. So the left is never going to amount to anything because they're all about grassroots power, voices of everybody. I'm sorry, but you can't do, organizations don't run like that.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. It's not humanly possible. Good luck. Go have your grassroots primaries until you die. God damn it.
Okay, let's finally maybe watch this.
Outside of the party duopoly. Let's watch.
Now, on the Cornel West front, look, understand something. I would like to talk to him and ask him, what do you think you're doing here?
Why don't you talk to him?
Like, what do you think you're doing here?
Yeah, he's good.
Do you actually think you can win? Because you can't, because we don't have ranked choice voting. We still have first past the post voting.
Imagine Kyle with his look, the tan, the thing. I would just laugh my ass off if I was Cornel if he's standing in my face and chants. He'd be like,
him, man.
Go back to the like. Why does he look like he lives by the beach in California? Like I mean, like it's not natural. His look. Living in New York, you don't turn this way. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. Where Washington? Where?
Even Washington, exactly. He's like East Coast rain. He hangs out. You know those like famous beaches in LA that you see in every movie, like he looks like he works at one of those beaches.
Man, I think
not that there's anything wrong with it, but just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, But I think he just discovered OC or something like that, and he's going through the different styles. But no, if I was Cornel, I would just slap the shit out of him and tell him to go back to your surfing job or whatever the fuck you do. Like, I mean, it is. I mean, I'm so glad the girls.
Ridiculous.
The girls did a great job because they mentioned the hair too. Yeah, because it's you cannot comment on that. I don't care if he was even making a positive, like good, substantive comment. You must look at this attire with that fucking ear thingy, the earbud in his ear. Like, what is that from 90s? It has a thingy. What kind of an earbud? It still has like a thing, you know what I mean? Like, what do you call that? I don't even know what you call that. It doesn't have a name because they don't make them anymore. God damn it. It's just
so what's your highest goal that you think you could achieve? Is it the 5% for the Green Party? Is that what it is? So that you can get matching funds and make it more viable? But again, I hate to tell you, the Green Party and no third party will be viable unless and until we get ranked choice voting. Because until that point, there's always going to be this perception you're just a spoiler candidate.
So
And
how
by
do
the
you
way,
get
if we
ranked
get into
choice
a general
for-
election and it's Biden versus Trump, and Trump ends up winning because Cornel West got 5% of the vote or something, or 3% of the vote, and he gets blamed, that's going to set the movement back so much. People are going to look at leftists as spoiled brats who are just getting in the way. Now, that's totally separate from the question as to whether or not the spoiler effect actually is real. But there's going to be a perception that it's real, and everybody's going to blame the left for Donald Trump winning.
Who gives a fuck? Who is blaming? Who's like? It's like, you know,
Man, he
it's like
thinks
some
everybody,
girl,
man,
or
these
kid,
idiots.
or
Wait,
kid, or someone being, yeah, everybody's making fun of me or hating or something. Like, nobody cares about you. Trust me.
Like, just chill out.
All these stereotypes exist. All this exists. I mean, what he just said. There's nothing new. Like, calm down. Isn't going to be an earthquake.
He thinks everybody's an idiot who watches like MSNBC or CNN 24/7 or gives a shit about what they say, like when they're fear-mongering. And if Trump gets elected, and there is a perception. Oh, Camille!
Trump got elected last time. We all stayed alive. I all this. Anybody who's going to die died. But
I mean, I remember being kind of like the time where Iranians took over the American drone, and then then Iranians took over American drone, and then Trump blew up Qasem Soleimani. I remember I was like kind of afraid. I felt like as an Iranian, like I genuinely felt like I'm from one country that has a justifiable reason to specifically oppose Trump because he hated Obama so much and he wanted to come out. You know what I mean? And I'm not this much of a, pussy about the thing. Just grow. Like, what a loser, man. Just what's with the shirt, by the way? What is he doing? Like, Jesus.
Yeah,
like,
and he's just so random.
Reveals. Everything.
He's like having a midlife crisis, but like he's having an early life crisis, as if like he was kept in like a dungeon during his teenage years, and now he's been released.
I think that's
that's how he's behaving, as if he was like part of a cult.
I think that's not cult, but I think he was in his dungeon, and then Crystal found him. And
dressed him up. Took him shopping with the kids. Like, come on, I'm taking kids shopping today. You come too.
You can pick whatever shirt you like. Even the one with the funny colors. Yes, I guess it's your choice. I don't know, man.
Exactly.
Really,
before it was like some Mormon dressing him or something. I don't know why. Like he was.
was wearing the same shirt and the same jacket and had the same.
But you remember how much we used to complain? Why doesn't this guy do anything different? Like, come on.
Yeah,
but this is not what
that was a mistake. that was a mistake. No, I've realized.
Be careful what you wish for. Like, seriously.
Man, I think, during our show, I took a huge turn towards just, asking for change is a mistake. That was, we asked him to change up his setup, and it just.
No, this is not what I pictured.
Specifically the hair. We were very focused on the hair, if you recall.
Yeah, exactly.
Just crushed that. That just like went to. Anyways,
he rebelled. He's going through that age.
He's going. Yeah, he's growing.
He's going through that 32 to 34, whatever that is.
He's having his first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Trying out different looks. I guess I don't know what's going on. Whatever.
But listen to the girls' reaction as well.
Yeah.
Kulinski's viewers are calling this a mask-off moment for the YouTuber, since he pretty much said the exact opposite 2 months ago.
The backlash that's happening online, there's a decent amount of backlash where people are like, what are you doing? Like, do you know like who these people are? And then I see a lot of people making a point, which I think is a fair point, which is like, if you're going to run as a Green Party or an independent, because the Green Party, for example, I think the last election they had ballot access for 48 states.
Yeah, they have a real organization.
Yeah, even like the Libertarians have between like 48
He's
states
allowed
and
to
50
drive
in all the states.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as far as third parties go, the only
right
ones
now
that are
has to
even
be with
remotely viable, and I use that term loosely,
adult
is the
supervision.
Green Party and the Libertarians.
That's why
you also have, DSA out there, which has never fielded a presidential candidate before, but they have, chapters nationwide, and it's a real organization with some sort of, infrastructure that could theoretically be mustered behind you.
Oh, theoretically.
Back in 2020, he tweeted, as a left-winger who will not vote for Biden, I want you to know I'm 100% okay with you blaming me if Trump wins a second term. I mean it. Blame me. Then get to thinking real hard how you're going to get me to support your candidate the next time. Maybe even ask me, I'll tell you. So Kyle Kulinski, maybe a little bit hypocritical. I don't know, Jessica. That original tweet that he sent talking about how he wasn't going to vote for Joe Biden and he's fine with being blamed for Biden losing because he refuses to support him. And then criticizing someone for daring to run as a third-party candidate seems pretty inconsistent.
I don't know Kyle Kulinski's background. I don't listen to Kyle Kulinski. I don't know anything about him, but I can judge based off of what he has said there. He has not spent a lot of time as a grassroots organizer.
Did you see that? I love that. As a leftist, she's like, I never heard of the channel even. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that sounds a bit.
Yeah, Crystal. Maybe I've heard that, but it seems a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't have
organizer. And I think when you're a political commentator and your commentary isn't routed in facts, in data, or the perceptions of the public or a political movement, you tend to get led astray. You tend to contradict yourself. And that's really what we see happening here.
What was subjective opinion? Did she list that too? Because it was kind of broad. If she would have just added that would be good. That's a category I fall within.
What, that it's her subjective opinion?
No. She was listing like if your commentary is not based on facts, on perception, blah. Did you miss that part?
No,
let's continue.
Sorry, I missed it.
If you are someone who believes in what Cornel West's platform is, which I assume, and I'm sure his audience does as well, assume Kyle Kulinski does. But the argument he's making there is about viability of the movement, viability of the campaign that Cornel West is running. And he's complaining that if this doesn't go well for him and he pulls 5% of the vote or what have you, and it spoils the election and Donald Trump becomes president and those votes are taken away from Joe Biden, it is your job as a member of the left and a political commentator that's very popular, explain why that's not the case. Don't just be like, hey, this could cause some criticism down the line. Yeah, okay, what's your argument for why the criticism's invalid? We'll never get to a place where we have a viable third party that actually represents the ideas of the left if the left never runs candidates. There's about 60% of the country that's participating at most. This is not an argument about who's spoiling the election. Cornel West running is about pulling the 40% of the country that doesn't participate in the political process because they don't feel they're represented, because they don't believe in it. That's what populist movement should be about. So any excuse about, Cornel West just being a spoiler and that's why he shouldn't run is just service to the Democratic Party, just quelling any dissent from the left so that leftists have no options but to vote for the candidate that is a little bit closer to their views than the other one. That's the state we've been in for far too long. And there have been many candidates that have run to try and shake things up, but kind of themselves excuse that comes from.
Yeah, he keeps talking about the perception mattering more than the reality of whether or not Cornel West is a spoiler candidate. And I think you're right. He should be the one explaining to people why that's not the case. If you're not in media to change perceptions, then really why even bother? That's kind of the whole point why we get on these screens and talk to people, is to try to explain the issues to them. Sometimes I learn more from the viewers than they learn from me, to be fair, but that's always the goal.
But yeah, if anyone's a spoiler, it's the Democrats, if you ask me. If I was Cornel, I would definitely flip that on its head.
To be Democrats
They're both spoilers.
Yes. But I was just telling you to fast forward to get to this part, to get to the roasting of Kyle, the part about left and explaining to people. Fuck off. I mean, there are already the market of political commentary explaining to people why they should vote. It's already saturated. I feel we don't need to call for people to party. Anyway, but get to the roasting part.
And then also, how are you going to sit there and criticize a third-party candidate as a member of the Democratic Party when the establishment is so hell-bent, it seems, on getting rid of progressive candidates. I mean, they basically stole the primary from Bernie back in 2016. So what is the alternative that Kyle Kulinski would suggest? The Democratic establishment clearly has no interest in listening to many progressives in their party. They clearly are not interested in allowing a outside candidate that they did not handpick to take over the primary challengers.
I think it's dangerous too. You have this guy, Kyle Kulinski, to me looks like a lost member of NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys right now.
I was hoping someone would bring up his frosted tips.
Yeah, please, we had to. I don't think that's going to connect. You and I are both coming from blue-collar backgrounds. I don't think someone like Kyle Kulinski with a billion books behind him and the frosted tips is connecting with a working-class audience. I think his audience is progressives who are politically engaged.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the Democratic Party. That's a valuable base. Because I'm sure those people have blue-collar family members that also vote. These are the people that are paying attention to politics, that make time for it for whatever reason. That is what they do. Those people are very important in the political and democratic process in the United States because they will remind their family.
But yeah, no, I mean, I know Kyle now looks like for some reason he works at the beach. However, I think he's from a similar background as them. Okay, he's not a he did not come from the, I don't know, from
look, man,
east side or west side or whatever Manhattan it is, upper east side or whatever.
Listen, lady, those books are not Kyle's, okay? he could barely read, okay? Those are probably Crystal's books, first of all. Secondly, I'm pretty sure books are cheaper than those guitars you have hanging down there. I mean,
I wonder if one day it would be good to, it wouldn't be enough to come from a blue-collar background or working class. You have to come from like a homeless background. And like both of us homeless.
But no, man, I mean, these motherfuckers, they always talk about elitism. I've never seen motherfuckers as elitist as these. Every time they're like, oh, what is a blue collar or white collar? Oh, her mom was a teacher. No, she's out.
I know, and they're working like DC. They're working in DC, and then they complain about this. It's like Tucker. He like lives in Washington DC, and he's like, everyone here is like, working for the government. And like, when you came there.
You're the highest paid anchor there right
and you're
now.
Here, what do you think people work at, like in DC? No, seriously, like,
no, Tucker is a bit crazier. I mean, these guys are just
of course.
But yeah, it's just they live.
But just like weird, like ignorance about like your surrounding and like where you are. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, man. To be honest, man, I don't understand even, like, I don't know, like, especially her because she's a left-wing person type thing. Like I've never seen a left-wing working class person. So I don't know what they're talking about. Like if he was in touch with the movement, the workers, on the factory floor, they are asking for, social justice. Are they? I don't know.
That's always been that's always an assumption of all leftist politics, right? And there's a good reason in it in a way. It's like, well, theoretically, these policies should favor you more, but theories are one thing, reality is another.
Yeah, reality
it should work
doesn't
this way,
correspond.
but unfortunately, for one reason or another, it's not as strong as you would think the connection. Sometimes there is, but sometimes there's not. And we don't know why.
Yeah. Well, we have some theories, but then again, they're just theories. Anyway.
In one country, I don't know. Like in Brazil, that works. Yeah, in Brazil, working poor class people seem to like more the quote unquote left party. Although the left party there, besides Lula, they're more also centrist. But again, fine. There's a bit more. There's a bit more, but you're right.
The Bolivian guy, the Mexican guy, the Brazilian guy. I know in America they like to think of them as left, but they're nationalists.
They're
not left. They're basically a statist movements. They want a strong state, like Japan.
But
That's
some would say,
developmental.
I guess status. I guess
No,
part of
I'm for
leftism
that.
is
I would
status.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I would
no,
love
but fair
that.
enough. Yeah, no, I understand what
Yeah.
you're saying. Another good astute point made by you. This
But
is your
these
second
guys,
one. I can't remember what was your first good point. It was early in the show.
It was, I don't know. You said I have a nice shirt. Maybe that was it. Maybe
No.
you're mixing compliments.
No, you made a good observation, but anyway, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Probably was bullshit. I'll be honest.
But yeah, and I mean Cornel West himself addressed it a bit, and yeah.
Did he? Oh, Cornel has responded to these losers.
To Bernie, I mean.
Oh, no. Oh, to Bernie, yeah. No, did you see this? This I put. We should have probably put before, though. My mistake. But yeah, they did it. They held the interview with Cornel West.
Yeah.
Like about 20 minutes. Yeah, am I right? And I'm sure he could have stayed longer. It's not like exactly. It's like the business
I know they had to leave.
campaign. Yeah, we have to go. We have a segment about a cat on a tree. We have to go, Cornel. Sorry, but nothing about taxes. Nothing about like the child support.
Oh, really?
Taxes. Yeah, nothing.
No, now son, don't bring that up anymore.
Don't bring.
Now
No,
that's not an issue
we
anymore.
are fully on your side. Sorry. Cut this out. Go. Until nobody knows.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah.
No,
I'm
the
just
tax thing, the reaction surprised me. It was like the most okay thing to everyone. Yeah, so what? Completely normal and reasonable. He owes $500,000. It's the most normal thing I've ever heard in my life. They didn't like bat an eye. It's as if like, you know, just so casual, son. Yeah.
To be honest, man,
lavish gifts, yeah, and first class tickets. They didn't say that, but he might as well, and they would have still acted like, you know.
Look, man, I think a lot of people like us were just when they found out he had 5 wives, and okay, yeah, it makes sense. Probably he's got like 6 families to feed, and it happens. Like if you have that many, you know.
But he only has 2 kids, actually. That's also another.
Yeah, that's the 2 kids that we know of.
Oh, yeah, true.
Team Black, man, the way he was saying he loves Team Black, I almost expected him at the end of that interview to be Team Black. There is something special about you. I am your father. Yes. Instead of brother, Team Black.
Too
son,
funny.
Team Black. Yeah.
And let's go to this very quickly. I mean, I don't know how much of this want to play. Oh my, you know, at first when I listened to it, I didn't see this kid's face, and that helped a lot. Because I was just listening to it.
Because so this
but
was,
then this guy's face doesn't help either. So I still think the Democrat kid won. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so the breaking point, it seems, I feel like Crystal has gotten a bit addicted to managing children and just is turning breaking points now into a sort of a babysitting organization. I mean, we already have Sager there, who's waiting to talk about aliens, but he's forced into talking about
Kyle.
Marshall, Kyle.
And then they have those distant cousins who have their own issues in a whole other way. You know, the what's the kite? The Monopoly guy, and all that.
Oh, Matt Stoller.
Yeah.
No, he's like he's not one of the children. He's
he's the cousin. I said.
Yeah, he's the he's an uncle. He's like a drunk uncle who comes in and Chinese are Nazis. You know? Did you know the Chinese are actually fuck monopolies? You know, God, I used to have a shop, and then the Amazon showed up, and I don't have a shop anymore. Yeah, he's like the crazy drunk uncle. And there is Emily as well. I feel like Emily is like a slightly older teenager. She's the responsible teenager.
Yeah, she's a good addition.
Yeah, they leave Emily to babysit, and he's like, "Oh, come on, kids, why are you?"
And then there's Ryan Grimm, right?
Ryan Grimm is, yeah, but he's like, I feel like he's the grandpa or something.
No, he's I don't know, a bit odd one. He's a family friend.
Yeah, he's kind of a bit of a creep, to be honest. But anyway, at any rate, they invited 2 children over to, I don't know why. I don't think they're allowed to vote or anything. But Sager clearly felt jealous because, you know, Sager was, Crystal was paying too much attention to them. But so Camille just listened to it first, and the title is Heated Debate Gen Z TikTokers on Biden 2024.
So he's the Biden one, and although he claims to be a journalist, so he doesn't only support Trump, but he's the Trump Republican one. And he's the Biden one.
For people who are potentially just like Camille or not watching, from the picture you can clearly tell who's supporting who. The Trump one has basically tried to make himself look like Trump, but has ended up with something more like Kyle Kulinski post.
Yeah, he looks horrible.
Hair dry. So yeah, I don't know why he's done that to himself. But then you have the Democrat one who I think he's shaved this morning or something.
No, he's still not shaving. 100% this kid doesn't shave. Yeah, 100,000%.
I just he's red cheeked and white. Yeah, I mean you're right. I was going for a different angle of a joke, but I guess yeah.
But yeah, the debate
he looks like a Home Alone kid. Like after he put the alcohol in his face.
I mean, I guess one thing that was interesting about the debate is that you never hear anybody like so transparently and openly like talking about Biden. It's like Biden is the greatest president of all time. He did this, and yeah. So I guess he kind of took it next level in how just straightforward he was, but I guess that's his thing. But you know what's funny between them? You know, in like fights and things like that, in like PBD just make fight analogies. But you know, in fight and boxing and UFC, sometimes they're like two people, like both of them like don't do anything special, but at least one just does more, so he wins by volume. And I feel like the Biden kid just won by the fact that the Trump kid was barely talking, or was that my impression? So I mean, he was doing all the talking, so there was nothing to really score him. Based on, I was like, come on, do something for me. Do a flip and I'll give you a point. Can you juggle? Anything. You need to give me something for me to give me a point in this debate.
Go ahead. Defend Ron DeSantis. Something, come on. No, but yeah, the blonde kid, man, he was going for this weird positioning himself, like,
not talking.
Look, listen, I'm just the independent journalist. It's not my place to tell people who to support. I am an independent, and anybody looking at him can tell who is he supporting. Like
he's who he has a independent person.
Yeah, he's the least independent. You that like plastic surgery to like make yourself look more like Trump.
He looks like these comedians
I am
who do bits, who do Trump bits.
Exactly. He looks like he's done SNL sort of a makeup for, and then he's like, no guys, I'm the most independent journalist. It's not my place to tell anybody. I am so happy. I encourage young people to get engaged, and I don't support anybody in particular.
On top of that, he says that Trump. He proudly says, you know, I'm an independent journalist who writes about culture wars. He does know that's not a positive thing. Like, nobody admits that. Everybody partakes in the quote-unquote culture war, but people try to hide it. You know what I mean? It become a negative connotation.
In new Matt Walsh groups and stuff, they are sort of, because they are fully
so
going.
They openly admit it.
Yes, some people are admitting they are focusing.
Because did you hear him say that? I found that weird. I was like,
no,
I'm not sure if you're supposed to say that.
5 years. No, slowly, man. This is the best part of the internet, and why I love it. We can start to say the quiet part loud, like, thankfully, and I'm happy about it because I had a lot
straight up dress up also.
Yeah, you have to dress up like a clown, but you can say whatever you want. That's the new rule of the internet. But yeah, man, I have to say though, if you were watching the debate, the facial expressions just made me want to murder that Democratic supporter. I don't think he's allowed to vote, so I think he's a minor. So I'll wait until he's 10, 18. But I'm going after him, man. This is there any just play like some of the facial things to me? God damn, and by the way, I wanted to apologize to you as a kid who was into politics. I must have been some extremely annoying, like one of these assholes. I guess.
No, look at him. No, and in the beginning there was one part that's really funny. Oh yes, yeah. Look at Sagar's face. Look at all the Sagar. It's quite. Was there a UFO segment that we missed? Because he would only find that something that interesting. But you know what's really funny? Sagar in the beginning, at one point, he like tells her, because the Republican kid was about to interject. It's like, no, don't worry, you'll have your chance. And I thought, like, he's gonna have to nonstop tell the guy, yeah, don't cut him off. You'll have your chance, but. Nope. After that, the Republican Trump kid just stayed quiet. He just decided to keep a low profile for the rest of the debate.
You give the kid a couple of chances. He has to take them. You can't just for the rest of the interview. You gotta talk.
Yeah, I see the facial expressions.
Yeah, Sagar is quite a.
And Crystal is just regretting it. She's like, yeah, no, it's actually, I would have rather sat in silence.
I feel like this is her comfort zone. Otherwise, why would we have this so often happen in so many different scenarios, over so many issues?
And the Trump kid kills me. What the fuck? He literally looks like a cheap Richie Rich or something. Like, it's just so bad.
Oh, the other one also, though. The other one looks like, they both look like a really cheap Richie Rich sort of. One of them looks more LA, the other one looks a bit more New York, I guess. I don't know. Maybe because of the jacket.
But okay, all right.
Well, again, another case study for first of all, hair dye making you stupid, as we see. And secondly, shouldn't we stop this voting thing? Seriously, guys, come on. I'm just saying.
Alrighty, Sam. So let's move on to the last two stories of this show right now. So we got this Oliver lad and his song. What's his name again? Oliver Stone?
Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony, and the song and the backlash and all that. And then just a bit of UFO to wrap it up. I guess Joe Rogan is also the connecting thread here between these last three stories, and also nonsense is another connecting thread. And I'm sure there are many connecting
mostly nonsense is the biggest.
But yeah,
first let's talk about
can you
song.
just recap the Oliver Stone thing for me
Oliver
again?
Anthony. Oliver Stone is the movie director.
Oliver Anthony drama, so this guy puts out a song and suddenly becomes famous mainstream. Okay, so that's one thing that happens. Then some parts of his lyrics are criticized by, it seems to me, from different angles, no? Or that's,
mostly left. I haven't seen right, really.
Left as in what?
As in, why are you having...
No, who's the left?
Mainstream left, I think.
Okay, so
the left that Brie talks about. I don't know. Brie tells us, but I don't.
No, you mean like Rachel Maddow, or
maybe a bit less mainstream than that?
Okay.
But yeah, I think so. I saw, what's his name? Oh, Hassan Hassanabi, whatever.
Mehdi
Hassan Piker.
Oh, Hassan Piker. What
Something
about the
Hassan
humanist?
I imagine, probably that type of people.
But
yeah.
And so what's their issue, let's say?
There are lyrics about the welfare, fat guy,
but I thought he sings in support of poor people. Or it's a song and it's all over the place.
Well, that depends how you define. Well, he does definitely, his lyrics include the bits that it says that if you're 5'3" and 300 pounds, and if you're on welfare, I don't know, Lord, what has the word become? Something like that. And you shouldn't, either something about the welfare. Then there is something else about if you're rich, why do you only care about minors on an island or something? So he's clearly, referencing Epstein and stuff there. So I think, by the way, I mean, that's the controversy. So they're saying that this is just this is a very this is like a right-wing song that is trying to demonize welfare people who are on welfare. That's the left wing thing.
Okay.
But then again, I like when Wright tried to claim him, he did come out and said that I was talking about the politicians on that stage. So I mean, I don't know. There is a conspiracy theory going around as well that says that he's an industry plant, like by the deep state or something, to make right wingers win culture wars or something. So there is that.
Yeah. Why are conspiracies always so boring and lame?
Look, I gotta say, I can imagine.
They taught this guy guitar. I'm adding a new layer. They pushed them in this direction from a young age. They're like, here's a guitar.
Yeah. Like I can imagine, like, groups. Like the thing is, I don't know.
No, honestly, I don't know. The deep state, I mean, they don't have unlimited.
No, I can't imagine.
From, spying on Cornel at the age of 12 to do this. I mean, they also have their limits.
Come on, that's
like,
a real thing. Stop doing that.
That
was real, man.
Stretched a bit thin here, let's reprioritize, okay? Who we're spying on and who.
Well, that's why the American Empire
First of all, no more music, okay? That's just too elaborate. The budget is too big. So put grooming musicians aside. Let's just go back to more old school stuff.
We are talking about the people who try to train dolphins to deliver bombs to Fidel Castro. So I'm just saying, these are not the I don't agree with the. I don't know, but I'm just saying this guy's. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think?
And wait, is his song popular mainstream?
It got millions of views, so it was viral, and yes, CNN and stuff covered it.
And did he make it? What? Hold on, did he make it onto into the top whatever Billboard things?
Is that still a thing? I thought that's
I
have no idea. But it got 1 million views in one day or something. I don't know. Is that a lot? I don't know.
I mean, 1 million views where? No, I mean, that's not impressive in particular.
I'm just, again, I'm shocked by
PBD
everybody.
does that in his sleep.
Yeah. PBD, don't mix PBD with anybody else. But I would just add that I'm just saying that, I'm shocked by everyone else's shock as usual. Like, what do you think his politics is like with these lyrics? And
53 million
this
views.
Type of music. Oh, okay.
Number 18 on trending for music. So I guess the deep state in that case also had to condition people's music, I guess, preferences, which is not that hard.
No, man, come on. You want me to give you the full code? They mess with the algorithm. It's very easy. You mess with the algorithm.
Oh shit! I wasn't sharing screen this whole time. My bad.
That's.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
I was doing background research here.
I was. It was background research, not foreground. But then he
and
went
Joe
on
Rogan
Joe Rogan
has
again.
him, and
God damn, man!
Is Joe Rogan amazed at him? That's the kind of vibe I was getting. It's like, wow.
Yeah, he had this amazed vibe and
you play music, guitar.
Oh my God! No, you see how stupid is Joe Rogan though? Is he or is his stupidity seasonal? What's going on?
It could be so seasonal.
Stupid?
That's.
I think it's seasonal. I think because he's into sports and stuff. He has he's on top for 3 months and then he just deteriorates. He's just
If it's not seasonal, it's definitely cyclical. Now, what that cycle is based on, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes he's too dumb. He's just too dumb.
But these short clips also make him dumber. Maybe once you listen to him for 3 hours or 2 hours, which I would
back in the day
do more often. Not that I ever listened to his podcast too much, but I would more often. It would happen that I would listen to, let's say, half an hour of it. But now these 10, 20, 30-second clips or whatever, he's always just
that's
and I guess that's what the general public because he's not clipping them most of the time. People are taking his stupidest moments and finding them the most insightful.
I guess no, but that's the whole exclusive deal with the Spotify thing. But I mean, it's just something Just please. I mean, I enjoyed we'll go to it. The alien video is so much more fun.
Yeah.
Personally, I find that is what we know and love Joe Rogan for. Aliens
Well,
and ancient history. That is the mainstream archaeology is putting down.
let's
So,
play the little bit that they play here in The Rising and then go to Alien.
okay. We have the full video of this
Yeah, we
too
have the
as well,
full,
right?
but I mean, I don't even know if
Yeah.
with. And it seems like people
Them resonated with so many Americans.
are tired of being with. And it seems like people in power are always with people.
Before they used to like, I remember back in the day, people used
They
to
used to
love getting
pet
fucked by everyone, by whoever.
No. They didn't used to fuck with
Yeah,
people.
oh, they
Don't you
didn't.
remember it?
Yeah.
Was amazing. It was
Yeah.
peace and prosperity. They used to throw money around. You
Yeah.
don't remember?
But yeah,
You were a
but now
kid. I
they're
mean, you're
fucking with people and people are fed up with it. No, you're
you're
right.
6
You're right.
months.
My bad.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't born in 80s like
Yeah.
I was, so you don't remember this.
Just
And it's just, I think it's a natural
Yeah, you do
inclination that
think.
human beings have, and I think the founding fathers of this country recognized that when they set up our
Founding
government.
fathers of
They
this.
set up our government to
Fuck
protect
off.
it against tyranny, and they did it by having all these different branches of government, and they're all coordinated, and there's a lot of stuff that keeps people
Pause.
from just.
That's what government is, okay? You can't say
Yeah.
the definition. They set up a football field, with the grass and everything. No, once you set
No,
up a
to
football
prevent
field,
tyranny.
it includes
To
the
prevent-
grass. You don't-
No, when
That's what makes it a football field, okay? Otherwise, it's just a field.
they added a secret ingredient which was anti-tyranny. They added the anti-tyranny
spice at you.
they got
They're
it
like,
off the
okay.
British. They got it off the British. They mixed with the Native American anti-tyranny. Here you go. No tyranny here. And that's why, by the way, we did that.
What is he
Not the
saying?
founding
What the fuck is
fathers.
he saying?
Running it the way they want to run it, like a king.
To be fair, he's referring to the
Now both
whole-
Anthony
in America, the executive branch is basically powerless, kind of.
In
That's
other
what he's-
places too, I'm sure.
No, I mean there are. There are many.
Or the other one is-
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are many other.
And then there
countries
was
like that, but
Dwight
it's
from The
just that's,
Office.
I think, what it-
the song.
Here
Take
makes
a
no
look.
sense.
And then there was Dwight from The Office.
Oh yeah.
He chimed in that if he was going to write a cultural anthem, what did he say? Something like he wouldn't write about overweight people on welfare. He would write about billionaires and their taxes.
Yeah.
There is nothing funnier than millionaires talking about billionaires. There is nothing funnier about millionaires pretending these billionaires are out of touch.
Oh yeah.
And then, take Dwight from The Office down to West Virginia. Take him through those coal mining countries. Take him through those places in Appalachia where people have extreme poverty.
Yeah.
And pills have ravished those areas.
But he would agree. I don't understand. Like he'd
Yeah,
be
I
like,
don't
"Yeah,
understand
that's
at
my
all.
point." Like,
That is-
that's Dwight's point.
Dwight's point is exactly those people suffering from
Yeah.
poverty should not be made fun
Yeah,
of in a
exactly.
song, even if they're maybe 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like because of something.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the audacity. I mean,
That
I
makes
can
no-
think of. I mean, I gotta say, I can think of one thing funnier than a millionaire. Taking it up with a billionaire is a millionaire with like no information and low intelligence, insisting he has to comment on everything. Insisting, no, I have to be part of this conversation. I have to be part of this. I mean, back in the days, he used to at least say that he's a dumbass and all that. It's just he doesn't qualify it anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like, you are a dumbass. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. But
Yeah, no, seriously, I swear.
so much resentment in these people, and they have so much money.
Right?
They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
so much
You know,
money.
no, that's a good
and
point.
they are filled with resentment
Yeah.
towards anybody who has had an
Yeah.
education or has done like artistic work or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just, and this guy is
Yeah,
like,
no,
you were on
seriously, that's how
news
it comes
radio.
across, at least, right?
It's no, my Vanguard boys
Yeah.
breed. This guy, it's just resentment.
Yeah.
The only person, Robbie, is the only one on the hill who doesn't have reason. Everybody else is just, oh my god, oh, is he from blue collar? Oh, that's from white collar. Oh, I'm blue collar. Oh, these guys are me. He's a millionaire actor. What are you? You've been since 1990s. You were in news radio and all that. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Just as soon as they see some hillbilly, they wanna. Oh, I'm also trash. I'm also trash. You know.
Ignore the mansion and the cars. Yeah.
Personal studio, ignore. But I also used to eat cockroaches. I mean, it was for a diet I was doing because we were on a fully cockroach diet that week. But still, I was
Take him to the deep trenches of the factories.
Alopecia.
Where are you taking me now?
Are you still in the US?
At this point, I'm not coming.
God damn.
Yeah, no, you're right. Though so much.
I mean, I have a lot of resentment, but I try to focus it on, like, top rich people or top like, people so talented. You're like, oh my God, I'm so pissed off. Daniel Day-Lewis, fuck you. But yeah, just for this resentment for Dwight. God damn it. Anyway,
Dwight from The Office. As if like his office is his social class. I mean,
no, I mean, and I'm sure he's top of the food chain. I mean, yeah, you're going out. Elon Musk, Elon
Musk. You don't know. Listen, Elon Musk
he's a genius.
Born in a toilet. He literally like crawled out of like the toilet.
Oh,
he's just,
he's a self-made man genius.
Yeah, he was a self-made baby. Independent from the get-go.
He
potty trained himself.
He didn't. He wasn't born. He made himself. Like he put himself together. He did the whole Alan Key thing to his arm. Yeah.
I swear, if you ask Joe Rogan to describe Elon Musk to someone who doesn't know who Elon Musk is, you'd have to stop him after a minute and be like, no, okay. What are you describing?
Wait.
Forget about it.
It's a human. It's not a thing, first of all.
It would be just so off. You'd have to... man.
Yeah, man, it's just... God damn.
But yeah, why no resentment for Elon Musk, though?
No, he worked his way up from he was merely a son of a miner in South Africa. His father was a mere miner in South Africa career. Have you ever worked in a mine? His father worked in a mine. That's his background. I mean, he owned the mine, but he was that was his job.
But okay, let's just go on some UFO. But yeah, man, David Grush, someone needs to do something.
About David Grush?
No, I'm telling you, the stockpile is running low.
Oh, the content?
Yeah, Hale has had to cut down from 4 UFO videos to 3 in order to stretch it out a bit more. But
yeah, they had to talk about Cornel. No, but I feel like like Joe Rogan was trying his best, man. This is, I mean, they said a lot of nonsense in this. You didn't like this? It was quite a lot of bullshit.
Oh yeah, too long and too much bullshit. I can't remember. Is there some part you think we should play a little bit? Yeah.
From beginning, and then at the very end, I like to play too. But
yeah, we'll play a bit here and there
because I don't know
how much. Yeah, and see what. Graves, and then one whistleblower, a guy named David.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
It's the first time in history that you have Commander David Fravor, Lieutenant Ryan Graves, and then one whistleblower, a guy named David Grush, who we can't validate what he said because it's all classified information. But Commander Fravor, friends of ours, Commander Fravor, he just told what happened to him. He chased a UFO. Then you've got Ryan Graves, who his whole squadron has been seeing these things. You've had both on your podcast. But Grush stood up there, and he was very careful with his words, and I want people to know why. If you look at that setting, you're going to see right behind him was a guy named Chuck McCullough.
I am so glad you played the beginning because that was the best part where he says he was so careful with his words, and I want to tell you why. And then I was just, when he said he was so careful with his words, the image that is repeated in my head is David Grush going, They could be interdimensional beings. And I'm like, let's see very carefully these words. Was he? Because it feels like he wasn't. God damn it. Like, yeah, his argument is that his lawyers and stuff, they were like, you should be careful, otherwise they're going to come after you. It's almost as if his lawyers were telling him to just use a weaselly language so nobody can nail him down on anything.
Yeah.
It's almost as if. But no, it's because the deep states want to destroy him. After, planting Oliver Anthony to divide America, they were going to do David Grush. But his legal team prevented it by a couple of interesting sentences, just vague enough. And now the deep state is like, we can't touch him now. We can't touch him. He's protected by legally speech. God damn it. It's deep state cared about laws. I like, do you not understand what deep state is? You idiots. Like, yeah, the lawyers
not
are
even,
like,
no, just the threat of the law is enough. They don't even need to follow.
The potential threat of the law is just you picking up the phone to call the police is enough for them to drop everything. Oh, goddamn. They are just hilarious.
McCullough
But
is
yeah,
the
these
former intelligence community inspector general. So, like the cops of the intelligence community. And he was right behind David Grush, who is his client. So he's representing David Grush because David Grush put a whistleblower complaint. And look at those two handsome guys right there. So there's, this is the biggest conspiracy photo of all time. Can you imagine people seeing this and being like, what are those idiots doing up there with him? But so behind David...
Dude with the beard, the glasses in the back.
It's him and these two guys are behind him. Behind David Grush.
People think that guy with the bald head is James Clapper, by the way. I got a bunch of...
it wasn't.
I got a bunch of comments that Clapper was looking up my notes during that.
So
Who is that guy? I don't know.
He's just part of Ryan's organization as a... But, here's the deal, man.
Well, James Clapper.
We were sitting next to the guy. No, who was in that room?
Yeah, I love Joe. Joe's like, so who's that guy? I don't know. It's probably James Clapper, man. He was probably...
probably. So it was James Clapper.
Because James Clapper was waiting to testify about NSA or something after them. Psychos. Just a bunch of
are too
psychos.
funny.
Man, the old guy, I feel bad though, making fun of him.
It was kind of hilarious because George had ontological shock when we were in that room. It's like he's sitting there. I mean, he's sitting there.
I don't think he knows what ontology means.
This shit's being said out loud. So what happened was the seats were kind of like designated for us because George and I were supposed to testify, by the way. But then common wisdom says, why have these journalist guys when you can hear directly from the first-hand people? And when we agreed.
Yeah.
But what we did was we put on congressional record statements, and people should read them if they haven't. They're on congressional record. I did an assessment of kind of the estimate of the situation on UFOs, but he named names and programs. But what you're seeing there is, and I kind of had to fight for this, is getting his lawyer behind him should be like an obvious fucking thing when a guy's going up to testify under oath in front of Congress. If you believe him, he's speaking under whistleblower protection. Dude, it was hard to get his lawyer behind him. I literally had to put the lawyer behind him. So we got the lawyer behind him so he could lean in and be like...
So was it hard or not? Or you had to save a seat for him?
I don't know. I still don't understand. How was it hard? Were they preventing the lawyer from coming? The lawyer was too lazy and he was like, forget it. I'll watch the video on the hill later. I'll watch the highlights.
Live, right?
Joe Rogan is putting this, right? Joe Rogan is broadcasting. I'll listen. I don't know.
The lawyer is doing a watch along with Joe Rogan in the studio.
Yeah. If I was there, this is the place I would have objected. This is the place. I don't know what the fuck is he talking about. I have no idea. Yeah.
Man, these UFO people are so lame. Can someone just go get the UFO photo and just bring it and just... I know of a friend who was not allowed to talk. Well, he did talk to me, but he wasn't allowed to talk. Somebody else was not allowed to talk. Told them, but he was not allowed to talk. And they saw it. Well, they were told that they saw it.
It's so easy, man. Just my grandpa, just before he died, he told me that he had an encounter with, you can, there is so many ways you can go with this. There is like, I had there was a mysterious. Do you remember the guy? The guy we always make fun of, who went to, what was he? Went to Brazil or whatever, and he came in Brazil. There was 3 girls who met the alien.
Yeah.
Where are those stories, man? He had and he made the voices and everything. He was like, and then they were like, "Oh, Mr. Alien," and then Alien. He did the whole, it was like a radio play. I got into it. Then Katrina got like traumatized. One of the girls had to go through therapy. It was like, this is bullshit. Like, what? Yeah, give us more juice.
But yeah, you wanted to play some of the end too, or
I mean, you could play it. Yeah, just the very end. Yeah.
Employers looked into it. He'd gone through treatment. He got past it. He was a better person, a stronger person for it. But they leaked that information to just besmirch his character. And now we see additional pushback in Congress. So this committee that held this hearing into UAP matters was a subcommittee on national security of the Oversight Committee, the larger committee. Since that hearing happened, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee got together with the chairman of the Oversight Committee and decided no more UFO hearings in the House. Enough of that bullshit. We're not doing that anymore because, in their words, it could be an embarrassment to the Department of Defense. You're damn right it would be an embarrassment for what's going to come out.
I mean, it was a big success, to have this publicly done. It's the first time in history that we have direct witnesses, like 2 pilots and then a whistleblower. It was the first time in history. We fought for every millimeter of that territory to get that to happen. It was not received well by the intelligence community. They did not like that happened. And that's pretty telling to me that we should do it again.
But wait, just say it now. Do what? Why do you want to go partying?
Congress. Go to Congress.
And say what? Why can't you just say it?
Say it and then go. Aliens might exist. That's it. That's their whole life, man. They just want to go to different places and tell people what they think. Like, that's their max. Like, I mean, I love, yeah. Why would this be an embarrassment for the Department of Defense, by the way?
Honestly,
this would definitely be a coup. Like, we met the aliens before anybody. Like, this is the biggest...
it doesn't go in those directions because it doesn't exist. So, I do find it a bit embarrassing. Some lunatic.
It's definitely embarrassing to have hearings about it in the Congress. The nation has become a laughing stock, basically. Like, cancer is still not cured. Poverty is still an issue, but the green men, where are they? Let's get that settled first, okay? So but the Department of Defense won't be embarrassed if, oh my God, they were in contact with aliens. They faked the whole Iraq war. Who gives a shit? Like, they think they're embarrassed by this? Like,
seriously.
I think it was the American military that gave the black people the syphilis thingy, the Tuskegee experiment. I don't know, but or CIA, one of these. Like, they're not embarrassed. These people are not embarrassable. Like, if tomorrow you find out the Department of Defense is run by aliens, they won't be like, oh, sorry guys, I quit. No, they will be like, fuck you. Yeah. So what? So yeah, it's hilarious, man, these guys. Anyway.
Definitely. But okay. All right, good stuff. Let's wrap up this show. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.